Episode 1 of Masters of Universe Revolution introduces us to the Kingdom of Eternia, a wondrous world of dualities where opposite forces are always at war, be it the science of magic, good or evil, wizards and warlords. Like siblings, these powers have plunged Eternia into a never-ending war. However, the champions of magic have always managed to protect the magical kingdom. Even if Kings begins with a mysterious traveler entering the kingdom of Subternia, a dark world where evil reigns supreme. As soon as the traveler enters this underworld, he's greeted with a warning that Subternia is a dark world and one should never trust what it shows them. Scare Glow, the ruler of this world, smells no fear in the stranger and asks the stranger for his name. The stranger is revealed to be Adam and Orko, who have traveled to the land of the dead to take the souls of Clampchamp and Fisto. Adam says they died as heroes, so their souls don't belong in the dark world. But where? Didn't Evil Lyn destroy Preternia, the paradise for fallen warriors? Scare Glow disagrees. Adam calls upon the power of Grayskull and transforms into He-Man. Adam's friends and even the King of Eternia also joined him in battle. Scare Glow put out a good fight, but even he and his army of shadow monsters are no match for He-Man's strength and Teela's magic. They escape the pit of darkness and lock it so Scare Glow can't follow him into the mortal world. In the next scene, we see Skeletech, a mechanical version of Skeletor, who transforms his minions into technological abominations. If you don't know, Skeletor was turned into Skeletech by Mistress Motherboard, who wants to use him so Hordak and his evil army can destroy Eternia. As the episode goes on, we learn that King Randor is in his final days and will soon die because of severe organ failure. Adam asks Teela to save Randor, but even Teela's magic can't help. In his final moments, Randor shares with Adam that he wants the latter to become the King of Eternia. This means Adam can no longer live a dual life as He-Man. Teela tries her best to restore Preternia so Randor and other fallen warriors can have a paradise to rest. Unfortunately, Teela's magic isn't strong enough to resurrect the heavenly paradise. In a moment of desperation, Teela summons her mother, Teela-Na, her predecessor. Teela-Na reveals that Preternia is created by the magic of three gods, and the only way to restore it is by securing the power of all three gods, Ka, Havok, and Zor. Teela-Na asks her daughter to journey to the land of magical mists of dark smoke to find the magic of Ka, one of the gods from whom powers Preternia were crafted. Towards the end of the episode, Randor dies and the preparations have started to crown Adam as the new king, but things turn interesting when Keldor returns and cites himself as the rightful owner of Eternia. In case you've missed it, Keldor is Randor's brother, who was believed to be killed in a battle. Episode 2, titled Ascension, begins with a flashback of King Randor, and we see him and his brother, Keldor, breaking into their father's study. The erstwhile king and his spouse, Amelia, argue about sending Kelter to Anwat Gar. Amelia wants Keldor to be sent to Anwat Gar so he can break free of his younger brother's shadow. Even though Keldor was the eldest, he couldn't be crowned the king because he was a Gar. In case you haven't read the original comics, Keldor was born of the union of Miro and a Gar woman named Sarian. Adam reveals that he is quite confused between carrying out his father's wish and being the champion. Keldor also makes it clear that he has no intention to become king, but the throne of Eternia can't be left empty for long given Adam doesn't accept to be crowned. In between their conversation, Skeletor attacks Eternia with his army. Like always, Adam calls upon the power of Grayskull and becomes He-Man. A massive battle breaks out, prompting Keldor to also chip in. However, unlike before Skeletor, now Skeletech has been given a massive overhaul thanks to Motherboard's technology. This new power allows Skeletech to control others and turn them into his mechanical slaves. However, before Adam can defeat Skeletech, the latter disappears into thin air, leaving his giant abomination to turn Eternia to dust. Moreover, Skeletech has also infected masses with some sort of technovirus. Fortunately, because of the advancements given to Man-at-Arms and others by Keldor, the kingdom is saved for a while. Adam also lends his sword to Orko, asking him to use it to cure the infected people of Eternia. This sudden attack makes Adam realize that he cannot protect Eternia as a king, but by being the champion of Grayskull. Thus, Adam trusts the crown with Keldor, and throws out the rule that restricts Keldor from becoming king. Meanwhile, Teela pays a visit to Lord Granomir, a giant dragon, and learns that he's dying as well. Teela informs Granomir about his mission to restore the kingdom of Preternia. Rumor has it that Granomir once granted access to Ka, the snake magic. Teela also finds Evil Lyn there, who has been taking care of Granomir in his final days. Granomir refuses to help Teela because the last time he trusted a human with such magic, the world was thrust into a massive war. With no choice left, Teela and Evil Lyn join forces and convince Granomir to share the snake magic on the condition that Teela answers his riddle. Teela delivers and is bestowed with the snake magic. Towards the end, we're met with a major revelation that Keldor is actually Skeletech in disguise to know more about Adam's plan and use Eternia's resources to aid Hordak and his army. Episode 3 starts off with Hordak attacking Stondar's planet and capturing him. Stondar is defeated and has his life sucked out of him by one of Hordak's beasts. Mistress Motherboard conveys to Hordak that Skeletech, in the guise of Keldor, has been crowned as the new ruler of Eternia. Skeletech interrupts the meeting to take credit for his work, but is instead berated by Mistress Motherboard. She makes it explicitly clear that Skeletech is just an acolyte, nothing more. This angers Skeletech, as for as long as he can remember, Skeletech has only harbored one dream: to be acknowledged as a superior force in the universe. Soon after, Skeletech malfunctions and learns that he is actually Keldor, who was wrongfully banished from his kingdom. Moreover, Keldor was also denied the throne that was rightfully his. Keldor shows glimpses that back his claim that Skeletech is no interdimensional demo, but Randra's brother. Meanwhile, Skeletech, disguised as Keldor, talks to his nephew Adam, blabbering the ways he has missed Eternia. Keldor continues that he has always spoken highly of Eternia, even though he spent half his life in banishment. Skeletech talks Adam into not waiting around for Skeletech to strike again and suggests taking the fight to him, but notices that Adam no longer has his mighty sword. Why? The sword is currently in possession of Orko, who, with Duncan, is on his way to find a locksmith who can help him free the people from the techno-virus. Locksmith is short in stature, but tall in talent. Wilder of Fenner refuses at first, but Duncan talks him into enhancing the power of He-Man's sword. On Keldor's suggestion, Adam travels to Snake Mountain with Kringer, his battle cat. While he's away, Keldor manipulates Andra into helping her reverse engineer the Motherboard technology. Keldor says that he wants to integrate the regulars of Eternia with the same technology so they no longer have to rely on their champion. Man-at-Arms agrees and creates a bracelet that, if worn, can enhance their strength tenfold. When Adam reaches Snake Mountain, he finds it to be entirely empty. Adam also finds the crown of Eternia sitting above. Adam figures out a bit too late that this was all Skeletech's plan. Anyone who has now been integrated with Motherboard's technology is now a slave to Skeletech's will. Hordak's army also infiltrates Eternia's airspace and, with Motherboard's help, takes control of the castle Grayskull, turning He-Man into Adam. As for Adam, he is captured by Hordak's men after returning to the castle. The episode The Dogs of War begins with Adam now bound to shackles in what used to be his own castle. Skeletech mocks him, saying how he's sitting inside a prison while he has claimed his throne and his kingdom. Skeletech also reveals that he is indeed his uncle Keldor, who was robbed of his rightful empire. Skeletech threatens Adam that soon his friends will be caught and taken care of. Teela and Evil Lyn arrive at Eternia and strategize to free everyone. Evil Lyn suggests Teela steal a Havok's staff so she can both fend off Hordak's army and restore Paternia. Motherboard's soldiers try to capture them but are saved when Duncan intervenes in his new man-of-war armor. Meanwhile, Orko and Gwilder try their best to modify the Sword of Power but are caught by one of Hordak's minions. Adam feels weak and feeble and doubts himself without his sword and power, but his mother believes otherwise. She says Adam will always be the champion, with or without the power of Grayskull. Fortunately, Andra sneaks inside the prison and frees Andra, since Adam can no longer call upon his powers. Soon they're met by Teela, Evil Lyn, and Duncan. On the other hand, Keldor's voice in their head convinces Skeletech to rebel against Hordak. Skeletech reveals to Hordak that he now remembers everything, including how Hordak had erased his memories. Skeletech picks up arms against and even decapitates Mistress Motherboard's head and gives it to Hordak. The battle ensues, but Hordak easily blocks or counters Skeletech's every attack. Even everything he knows is taught to him by Hordak. So there's no move Skeletech can make that Hordak hasn't already anticipated. However, the tides shift in Skeletech's favor when he taps into the real power of Havok's staff and defeats Hordak. Skeletech plunges his sword deep into Hordak's gut, killing him. Unfortunately, his victory is short-lived as Evil capitalizes on the confusion and steals the staff of Havok, but the joke's on her as Skeletor no longer needs the staff. Evil then returns to the group and reveals that Hardock is dead and is now much more powerful and evil than he was before. Skeletor is coming for them, Evil Lyn says. To stop Skeletor, Teela tries to combine the powers of all three staff, but this isn't a walk in the park as all three powers are pulling Teela towards them, trying to make Teela their conduit. Episode 5 begins with Teela trying to control the massive surge of power and energy after she tries to combine all three magical staffs. The three magics are tearing Teela apart. If Adam and his friends don't do something, Teela will be vaporized. Fortunately, Wilder and Orko arrive with Adam's power sword in the nick of time. Adam grabs Teela and calls upon the power of Grayskull, giving each other new armor and a powerful overhaul. Teela finally confesses her love for Adam and kisses him. Next, Adam asks Teela to use her newfound powers to resurrect Paternia and bring back the afterlife so everyone who dies here or has died before can have a place to rest. As for himself, Adam decides to take on his nemesis and uncle Skeletor. Now Skeletor has mastered both the technology of Motherboard and the dark magic of Havok. Now he plans to remake the universe in his image, turning everyone into skeleton beings. Adam climbs above the castle and uses his sword to cure everyone that has been infected with Skeletor's magic. However, Adam isn't the only one with new upgrades and starts attacking He-Man with weapons bestowed upon him thanks to his new powers. Despite his new armor, Adam is having a hard time deflecting and countering Skeletor's attack. Moreover, Skeletor conjures giant mechanical titans to wreak havoc on Eternia. Grandeur the Magnificent, the Red Dragon, joins the battle and scorches many titans with his fiery breath. But this victory is short-lived when the mechanical titans manage to pierce Grandmier's flesh with their sharp nails. Teela uses her magic to restore Paternia, allowing Grandmere to depart with peace. With Petunia now restored, many of the fallen champions, including Randor and Grayskull, aid He-Man in his battle against Skeletor. Eventually, He-Man defeats Skeletor, turning him into Kaldor. Adam also dissolves Eternia's monarchy and grants the power to the people of Eternia to pick their own ruler. Evil-Lyn also earns her place among the cosmic enforcers after bringing balance to the universe.